downtown between Brush Street and I-375. That's where we're located in the heart of Detroit at Ford Field, which first opened back in 2002. Both teams emerging from the Ford Field tunnels just a short time ago. And, of course, the loudest cheers were reserved for the hometown Lions. They're set to go as they will match up with the Minnesota Vikings. 3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. First carry now for A.J. Dillon. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. That's caught by Gabriel Davis. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. These two teams met up earlier in the year, back in Week 4, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Working with 2nd and 5 now.
Big 13! Big 13!
From the gun, it's Dillon. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
They run with Dillon, and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On 2nd and 12, Burrow. He'll get this complete to Rondale Moore. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 43.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
Dillon now on 1st and 10. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. This defense for the Vikings, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
He'll buy some time right. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 28. Little glimpse of his athleticism there and what they're going to have to deal with. He can use his legs to dance around back behind the line of scrimmage and beyond the line of scrimmage.
And wouldn't you love to get a copy of their defensive scouting report going into the week? Because that's been stressed the whole time. Keep him bottled up. Keep him in the pocket. But it's the first drive of the game and emotions are running high. Someone forgot that, tried to make a big play, and gave up a bigger one instead.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Burrow. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Jonathan Allen racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. Now Burrow. He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. They give to Dillon out of the gun. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
Burrow will throw. And it is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Chase Claypool, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions take it right down and score on the opening drive. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0.
Lions 7, Vikings nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. He's got him in. Complete. Touchdown, Vikings. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
And we knew that this offense was going to try and put pressure on the secondary. That was something they talked about with us. They knew that they had an advantage, pressed it, and there you go. Big play for a touchdown on their very first possession.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. It doesn't matter where you start with the football now. They have to feel great about their opportunity. Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass in the first drive, he comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
Dillon a first down and more. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 49 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurtling through them.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw complete there to Moore. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. These two teams all tied after one.
Here we go. 180. 41 Mike, right here. 41 Mike.
Play action. It's Burrow. Again, he finds Moore. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A big play that time through the air. 32 yards. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Jaron Reed able to record his 5th sack of the season. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now a handoff to Dillon. He's down inside the 10 to the 8. And it comes on a gain of 8. Vision and speed, two of the attributes that you might say are important for a free safety, and we saw both in evidence there.
And you can just see that whole play developing. That's where, as a defender, you just lock in on your target and say, I'm not even thinking about breaking stride. I'm running straight for the belt buckle, because where it goes, that's where you find his body, and he's able to get in there and make a great play.
This is caught. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A.J. Dillon, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Lions have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Fields. Completes it to Evan Ingram. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point that continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. A play fake, now Fields to throw. First opened in 2002. There's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Both teams emerging from the Ford Field tunnels just a short time ago. And, of course, the loudest cheers were reserved for the hometown Lions. They're set to go as they will match up with the Minnesota Vikings. 3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. They'll run with a big back, A.J. Dillon. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. This defense for the Vikings, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
On the handoff, Dillon. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. Charles, when you talk about free safeties, I think one word comes to mind, range. And we saw an example of a rangy free safety right there.
And that is a situation where in the defender's mind, you just have to pick a point on the football field and think to yourself, I'm going to sprint full out and meet him at that point. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but he had to play diagnosed perfectly there.
And if you're wondering how fast he was going, next-gen stats clocked him at close to 21 miles an hour.
Now, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
They'll run on first down. Dillon, and he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 48, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
From the 39, Fields. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Out to his left. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not. Eluding the pressure right. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
2nd and 4. A shotgun snap. Fields swinging this out for Pollard. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a first and
he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Justin Fields keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game.
The score, Vikings 7, Lions nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Burrow. They go screen with Dillon. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 40.
Partners, a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7 at the 37-yard line.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow flushed out right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Vikings will take over here at their own 14-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
Off play action, Fields. Flushed it, and he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Chase Young, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. Second and 21, a lot of ground to cover. From his goal line here, Fields. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he's out right at the 25.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. On play action, Fields. On the move to his left. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And some room to roam now. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big play there on the catch and run.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Play action. It's Fields. He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Back to throw. Fields escaping the pressure. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Chase Young. He continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. So from outside the red zone now after the sack, a long 3rd and goal. Fields. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Play action's supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, if it takes a little too long to develop, you got people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. On 1st down, Dillon. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. They go play action with Burrow. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
We constantly talk about defenders having great vision and being able to see plays unfold and make their own plays. But you also have to have good feel as well, because you can't see everything out there. See the play unfold, feel what's going on, and then get into the right spot and make your own play. And in this case, it turned out to be a highlight one.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes our score 17-0. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Dillon. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
11 MT, take. 11,
and now they will throw it with Burrow. Eluding the pressure right. Now Burrow loses the football, and the Vikings pick up the football. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. We know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side, a little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you or closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra ball security drills with the way the game's played now, because defenses, they attack the football as much as they attack the runner.
Here we go, D, get off the field.
Following the fumble recovery, Fields. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. These two teams, you may remember, they met in Minnesota earlier in the year with the Vikings coming out victorious. So if they can win again here in Detroit, they'd pull off the season sweep. On 2nd and 10, Fields. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
I'll give them credit for a good read right there, because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. And he was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. It'll be a handoff to Pollard. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. A gain of 3, 2nd down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. On 2nd and 7, Fields. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Touchdown! Evan Ingram, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Vikings are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point splits the uprights, and the rout is on here in this first half.
Lions, nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone, as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Delano Hill. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That pick 6 extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the 3rd quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the 2nd half.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right,
throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. On second down, another run for Dillon. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
Here we go. Ready? What's tight? Tight is right. What's tight? Tight is right.
On third down, Burrow. That's complete to Davis. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll run for it with Dillon. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. On first down, Fields. And Shark calls it in. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Out of the gun, Fields. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Evan Ingram in the final seconds of the first half. And the Vikings will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half.
Lions, nothing.
So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. So we hit halftime with our visitors, the Vikings, taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Watch the run. Good side, baby. That's baby side. Bang, bang, bang.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. Open man right side is Ingram. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A big connection on that one. 30 yards. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Now Fields. Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. picked off by Ashton Davis. And the Lions will take over possession here up at the 44. So cancel the interception, pass interference.
And you know what else gets canceled? The return yardage. Makes the play, but now it's all for naught.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second half blowout material. Now it's Fields. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. They couldn't contain Deshaun Hand that time as he gets home for the sack. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down.
Mike 5-5, Mike 55, Mike 5-5. Keep it up, keep it up.
Another try after the 1st down sack. Fields. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
You definitely won't like to hit on that one because now you've got a 3rd and long showing up, and you just know defense is going to be getting after it. They are pinning their ears back, and they are coming.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
You better be afraid of me. Go. 55, come on, guys, 55. Drop deep, drop deep.
Here's Fields. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A big play that time through the air. 39 yards. To throw is Fields. The quick slant caught. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver, that makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going.
It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Evan Ingram, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 19 on the year. And this Viking offense is running away with this one. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will swell by 1 more.
Vikings 45, Lions nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who could make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
2nd and 10 now. Burrow flushed out right. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.